Hello everyone, it's Stephanie here at Inspire Me. Welcome to my weekly live. I hope you're all having a great day. I'm just going to get set up and make sure that I'm in the right spot. So if you're watching, make sure to comment, send me a note in the comments so I know that you're watching and that you're here. I love interacting with people when they are watching with me. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to give me some hearts and thumbs ups, and we'll get started shortly. I'm just going to share this. Okay, I think we're good to go. Again, if you're watching, be sure to share. Give me some comments and let me know that you're here. I don't always see people pop on. Hi Francis, how are you? Hi Nina. So I thought tonight I would show some of the digital stamps that I posted about yesterday. Stampin' Up! Released some COVID-19 give back digital stamp images. You can purchase them for $12 US. So for those of us here in Canada, it will charge you the $12 US and convert on your credit card at whatever the current exchange rate at the time of purchase will be. So for us Canadians, it's probably around $15 that it's going to charge you, but 100% of the proceeds from these digital stamps are going to support COVID-19 essential workers. So the WHO and local doctors' offices, you can actually designate where you want the funds to go within the list that they provide. Obviously different charities in the US and in Canada, but we're still giving back. So it falls in line with Stampin' Up's philanthropy and their values and their mission. So I thought it was something worthwhile, and that's why I went ahead and downloaded the digital stamps. So I'm going to show you. I've been playing with them tonight. So here's a few of the cards I've made. So when you download it, you're going to get a PDF document sent to your email with 15 pages of digital stamps. So I'm going to show you some of them here. And of course, they're a little bit punny with everything going on in COVID-19. So of course we've got wash your hands. Let's just roll with it with some toilet papers. At the bottom here, I totally share my toilet paper with you. I'm smiling under this face mask. My hands miss feeling moisturized and my heart misses you. No saliva was used on this envelope. That's really helpful if you're sending out cards to family and friends. Stay safe, flatten the curve, stay apart. Essential to my home or to me. Spread joy, not germs. I miss your face. Not alone, just apart. There's nobody I'd rather stay home for. Of course, there's some medical images and thank yous. No place like home for now. One day at a time. I like this one though. We're, though apart, we're close at heart, with some blanks for the different distances that the different provinces and countries and to file or to go with the different countries that Stampin' Up! is in. So obviously in the States they use feet, in Canada we use meters and feet. There's miles as well, so that one's fun. You can see here some of the ones I've cut up. Things I miss: number one, touching my face, and number two, you. Thought that was really funny. Have another quarantini. It's like a normal martini, but you drink it at home alone. We've got some hearts. Love conquers all things. I can't wait to hug you when this is all over. Wishing I was in quarantine with you. Quarantine and chill. Business on the top, PJs on the bottom. So I finished Netflix. How many of us can say that? I know I've been doing a lot of binge watching. My husband's turned me on to Wicked Tunas and I can't stop watching it. It's absolutely ridiculous because it's the same thing episode after episode, but yet I watch it every episode. It's crazy. It's almost as bad as Tiger King. If you haven't watched it yet, you're not missing much, but again, it was one of those train wrecks that I had to sit and watch the entire documentary on, all 7 or 8 episodes. It was just absolutely ridiculous. I changed out of my night pajamas into my day pajamas to send you this card. Hi, Catherine. And then just breathe, but wear your mask. So some great punny sentiments in the digital download. And again, 100% of the proceeds go towards, you know, the WHO and other organizations that are out there fighting for us to keep us all safe. So tonight I thought I would do a card with you that uses, we're going to use the Sending Hugs heart here. And I wanted to show you that it actually coordinates with our heart punch. So I'm going to pull that out. Of course, it's not one that I had ready. Okay, so this is our heart punch. It's actually a bundle. There's 2 of them when you purchase them. And it will punch this out absolutely perfectly. But because if I try and punch it this way, obviously it doesn't go right. I'm going to have to just cut a square. And it doesn't have to be pretty. So then I'm just going to use my heart punch. I'm going to line it up. So I like to punch upside down for this very reason. I can see exactly where my image is going to be. And squeeze, and that's going to punch our heart out. And I'm just going to move these to the side for a moment. And for this one, I thought I would use a basic black base. I'm going to use some of the beautiful and retiring Poppy Parade or Painted Poppies DSP. I absolutely love this paper and I'm so sad it's going to be retiring. If you haven't shopped the retirement list yet, I suggest you take a look. Lots of products have already sold out. So if you don't want to miss out on things, I suggest you shop sooner rather than later. So it is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that I've cut in half to 8.5 by 5.5. And now I am folding that in half. So it is a 5.5 by 4.25 card. And I am going to do this one landscape. And I decided to pull in the Painted Poppies DSP, but instead of the traditional 1/8 inch border, I've gone a 1/4 inch border. So this piece is cut to 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have pulled in a piece of the Petal Pink metallic ribbon from the January to June 2020 mini catalog. And I am going to just wrap that around the base here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do a bow. So I'm going to pull in this handy little tool. If you've never seen one of these, it's just it's technically a bow maker, but it's a piece of wood that my husband's drilled holes into with a couple of dowels. The dowels move, and the wider apart the dowels are, the wider your loops are of the bow. But for this one, I want them fairly simple. You can see my dowel snapped when my kids were playing with it. And I want the bow towards the side, so I'm going to have one end shorter than the other. So if you've never used this, so what I've done is I've wrapped it around the backs of the pegs. The short end is in behind. The long end I'm going to tuck through the pegs, pull up and through, and then I'm just going to tie a regular overhand knot. You don't need to double knot, you just need a single. It's harder to do. There we go. So then I'm just going to pull that tight, and when I pull it tight, hi Christy, now I can slide that up, and if I pull this, it's not going anywhere. So that's why I like the bow maker. So you get these perfect little bows every single time. You're not wrecking your fingers trying to tie them all, and they don't slip. So then it makes it easy for me to attach that to my card base. So I'm going to pull in my adhesive. So Snail, if you haven't, again, checked out the retiring list, Snail adhesive is on the retiring list. There will be a new adhesive coming in the new catalog in June, but if you need Snail the actual case, or if you need the refills, I suggest you go and get that now. So I'm just going to put 2 little dabs on either side here. My ribbon's a little short. That's okay. Attach those ends, and then when I actually put the snail on the base here, it's going to hold it in place. Now you don't need a lot of snail on your card bases. A lot of people will use, they'll go end to end, edge to edge, covering the whole thing. You don't need that. Really, 4 corners and a center is all you need. So there's our card base. And then I've already punched my heart, so now I'm going to pull in my Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to stick that down. There. And of course, I love bling, so I'm going to pull in some rhinestones. And again, I didn't have this planned, so not at the ready. So let's go ahead and just stick a couple of rhinestones on here. And there we go. Quick and easy, no stamping involved. I mean, how awesome is that? And supporting a good cause. So that's just one of the sentiments. Yeah, Christy, the poppy paper is fantastic and it is retiring. So if it's something that you can see yourself using in your card making or your scrapbooking, I would recommend heading over to the store to see if it's still available. As far as I know, it is, but I would just double check. So that is just one of the cards. Does anybody have a preference to a saying you want to see me use that maybe you saw as I was flipping through? Things I missed: touching your face, you, little part. There's no place like home. Sending love and support. Not alone. You know what? I think I like this "You Are Essential to Me." So let's go ahead and do something with that. And I'm going to pull in another paper. So this is part of the Birthday Bonanza DSP. So I think I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use this one here. Hi, Jan. And I'm going to pull out my die cutting machine for this one. And I think I want to use these Stitched So Sweetly dies. And let's see. Perfect. So we're going to use that. I'm going to use that as a background. I just need to trim this or it's not going to fit through my die cutting machine. And I am excited that there will be a new die cutting machine coming. It will be in the new catalog when it comes out June 3rd, but the die cutting machine won't be available to purchase at that time. So as soon as it is available, I will let you know. Laura, me too. I cannot wait. All right. Now, did I cut that too far? Probably did. We're gonna make it work. So the new die cutting machine is very similar to our old Big Shot, with a few enhancements, which I think you're all going to love. We're gonna try there. All right, so it cut off a little bit at the bottom there, but we can put an embellishment on that to hide it. That's what I love about paper crafting, is you can make errors and nobody needs to know except you. So I'm going to use this as the card background, and you can see I'm using a lot of my DSP because it is retiring. And why not? It's pretty paper, so why not use it? So this one I've cut to 5 1/4 by 4 inches, because that is going to fit on my card base, which I'm going to use Whisper White, and I'm going to cut that to 5 1/2. Hi, Diana. So we're going to fold that. We're going to burnish the edge. And then I'm going to stick my DSP on there. Perfect. And I do want to mount the sentiment, so I'm going to grab some Pretty Peacock DSP. Sorry, cardstock, not DSP. I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine real quick here. I'm going to keep that out because I have an idea. Okay. So I'm going to mount that to our Pretty Peacock. And again, for those of you just joining, snail adhesive is on the retiring list, so if you need to stock up, I recommend you do that sooner than later. And again, I'm going to pop that off the card base using Stampin' Dimensionals. I am keeping these cards fairly simple. They don't need to be complicated. Stick that down in the middle. And then to cover my little boo-boo there, I'm going to pull out our little petal punch. This was one of the celebration rewards, and it is going to be in the new catalog. And I'm going to curl the petals a little bit using my bone folder. And I'm going to pull in my mini glue dots, sorry, my mini dimensionals. Right there. And I'm going to throw in one of the Noble Peacock rhinestones right in the center. And there we go. Another quick card, covered my boo-boo. You'd never know I miscut that. And we're good to go. So there's several cards using the digital downloads to give back for COVID-19. They are available through the online store. Again, they're $12 US, which for us here in Canada is probably around $15 when you factor in the exchange, but it all goes to essential workers and charities supporting us in these surreal times. That is all I have for this evening. If you have any questions or comments after the video, feel free to leave them in the comment field and I will respond to those. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Stay safe, everyone.